So as I was mentioning, coffee table book is basically aimed at a generation which enjoys going to cafe and loves triggering conversation. So here we have one such writer who represents actually that generation. And here is Reya Jain from Hyderabad. Riya has come up with a very mature topic. So over to you, Riya. You can say a few words about your writing experience for this coffee table book, and also if you want to share a few words about the write-up that you had contributed.
Yeah, so I hope I'm audible. Hi everyone,
Yes, you
I'm
are.
Reya Jain and I belong to the city of Hyderabad. And firstly, I would like to proudly thank Literoma for selecting my write-up. It's indeed a great pleasure to see one of my write-ups be a part of the coffee table book. So the thing which excited me the most was the name itself. I mean, coffee table book. It's a very different initiative which is taken up by Literoma with a very different purpose. In which the readers flip through the pages while sipping up their cappuccino in a cafe. So my write up is on dream symbols. Now, what are these? You'll get to know after you read the book. So, my intention behind writing this was to make the subject of psychology interesting for the audience and make them aware of something different. I mean, we readers, we tend to read many write ups on environment, write ups on finance, but we generally, I mean, we as audience, we generally not find psychology as a subject quite interesting. So, that was my main intention. Now, secondly, the thing I liked the most about Diploma was that this opportunity was given to both kids and adults. I mean, in a country like India, not all publication houses prefer publishing a child's work in a book. So that's something which excited me even more. And thirdly, I would like to thank the Litroma team for being kind and flexible enough to select my write up because the thing was that I had fever due to which I couldn't submit my write up on time, and it was like a day or two after, and I submitted a day or 2 days later after the deadline. So once again, thank you Litroma for this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, Ria, for coming up with such a brilliant idea, actually. And thank you so much. And once again, congrats on being selected as one of the writers for this coffee table book. Now, since you actually talked about kids writing, we also have coincidentally one of the writers, Dr. Urvashi Tandon, who, as it happened to be, has written a couple of books on this psychology. And she's probably one of the best persons to talk about it, even though she's here for a different cause. I remember interviewing her on this specific topic. She is a medico as well, professionally, from a professional standpoint. But here she is from a writer standpoint. So over to you, ma'am, without taking any time out from this conversation. Over to you. I think this is a, she had already set the platform. Rita has already
Thank
set
you.
the platform.
Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure. It's always been a pleasure. And I think our association now is a very comfortable area. We've been together for a long time. I've always
Absolutely.
enjoyed being with Litroma.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I have written for children from a varying age group. One being absolutely, up to the age of about 5 or 7, and the second one was for adolescents. And yes, I do feel it's very important to encourage young people to write. So I was so thrilled to see Ria on the panel, and I think cultivating the habit to read, write, anything creative is very important in today's day and age where everything seems to be so fast paced and nobody really takes out time. So Ria, I wish you all the best. And
Thank you.
what can I say about the coffee table book? The thought of having something which someone can glance through, and it could be a short read, so people, you can get your thoughts across. I mean, it's a novel thing that Litroma has started off with, but a very nice concept, I think, which even on the go people can quickly flip through and kind of contemplate on something other than they're running around through daily life. So yeah, though I think I've 2 poems got selected. So I'm again grateful and thankful to Litroma for selecting those 2 poems. So I was a little I was a little skeptical about whether it would go, because I have been through trauma recently. So those poems that I tend to write more about things philosophical because of probably what I'm going through. So it's just thoughts that were penned down, and yes, I think acute pain caused a few of them, which I think people do relate to. I don't want to spread grief or make people very pensive, but I hope the pictures will help instead of historical places that one has submitted. But I'm grateful to Literoma, and I hope this coffee table book does really well, because just the concept of quick reading on the go, I think is a brilliant idea, because a book takes time. Even an audiobook, it's actually dicey, but people read it while driving and stuff like that, you know. So, but people are listening to it. So I think this is a great idea, and the number of coffee lovers, I think, is increasing across ages. So it's a great thing. It's a great thing. Thanks.
Thank you, ma'am, and thank you so much for appreciating the initiative. So here is a look at the. You can have a look at the book as well for those of you who will be watching it online. So this is how it looks. You all will be getting a copy of this, of course, and also we had started placing the book across cafes. So we had already covered Kolkata, and we the books are in transition to other cities as well. So if you look at the major cities which we are planning to cover, basically include where all of you are stationed. So all those cities will be covered. That's why actually I asked ma'am whether you are still at Port Blair or not. That will probably be the most challenging place where we may need your help as well. Also, a shout out to all the people who are there watching this video. If you know some cafe where, like Anupama was suggesting one of the cafes, which is a new cafe where the owner has a literary flair. So just let us know about it. We'll love to go ahead and do the tie-up. We'll do the needful there. We'll do the agreement signing and all. And we'll also try to include that cafe as a part of the distribution. So please let us know. It's a humble request to all of you who are here in this panel, as well as those of you who will be watching this video in our social media handle and YouTube channel. So thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Tandon. Thank you, Ria.
Thanks,
Anupama, for being here and supporting us.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much.
Thank you once
Thank you
again.
so much.
Thank you so much.